Well, welcome back to the channel. So today I am in my own back garden. As you can see, I am not out and about, and I'm going to be bringing a product to yourselves. I was contacted by a lovely company who sent me an email and asked me would I be interested in having one of their products sent over to me to set up in my back garden and to bring to you guys a review on the product. So let's have a look what we've been sent. Let's show you. So I was contacted by PeckPerk, and they are a producer of bird feeders that have got smart cameras built inside. Now this one is the Ava Peck one that they've sent me, and up to now what I've seen, it's a nice, neat, lovely bird feeder. So let's open it up, see what's inside, and I can show you what's arrived. So, first thing that you get when you open it up, obviously I've taken some of this packing out for reasons because I've had to check it before I start bringing a video to you guys. But one of the first things we get is a good detailed instruction book. We have the stand, which is what the bird feeder is going to be sitting on. We have all the brackets that necessarily for putting it to various different locations, which I'll explain a little bit more about that in a bit. We've got some accessories that have come with it, which again I'll explain to you further in what them are. And we've got various screws, we've got charging cables, we've got wraps that you can use for fixing your bird feeder to a tree or anything like that. Let's have a look what else we've got in here. Let's have what's down here. Okay, so this is the stand which will go onto the feeder, and again we'll explain a little bit more about that once we get into making this feeder up. So let me just try and get the main section out. So here we have a box which is full of the solar panel. So this feeder that is here, which is the Ava Peck 1 it's called, it's a nice, neat, as you can see, it's dead small. Got your little aerial for your camera here. But how neat is that little bird feeder? Let's explain a little bit more about that afterwards. But in this box as well, let's move that out of the way so I can put this here. In this box here, part of the bird feeder and the camera, you have a solar panel that comes inside here, which is like a nice, it's in a packet at the moment, and I'm going to leave it there at the moment till I start putting things together. But it's a nice slim little solar panel in there, and it also comes with all the stands, screws, and all the different fitments again that you can use to put this bird feeder into any location that you would like to. So I'm just going to pop that back in the box for now because that's something that I'm going to have to set up at a later date, but I will explain obviously what you need to do with that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here by the blue tits. They seem to be coming in at the moment in the garden with some of their young. So nice to see the fledglings at the moment. Right, let's have a look in some of these bags. So first of all, I'm not going to be putting mine onto a wall today. I may put it onto a fence later in time, but I'm going to put it in a temporary location at the moment. It comes in this packet here. You've got your various screws, you've got various wall mounting equipment in here, and also part of it in the box, which is at the bottom, you get a piece of sticky that you can put onto your wall or your fence, and it marks off exactly where your screws have got to go, so that you don't mistakenly put them in the wrong place and have to keep renewing it, because there's nothing worse than obviously having to keep doing that. Now there is another part in here as well, which I thought was quite good. This is the first time I've seen this happen, but this goes on to a tripod, this section here. So I've got an Arca Swift fitment for my tripod, and basically it would clamp together, and that will give you a top to fasten onto this base for you then to put your bird feeder onto it, and you can place that onto a tripod anywhere in your garden. So if it's something that you want to kind of move around a little bit, it's a good idea. I thought that was good that come with that. So yeah. Right, so I don't need the charging cable. Like I said previously, I've opened this box to check the equipment out first, and I've charged the camera up. So for now, we are not going to need this bag. Let's get rid of that into the box for now. So for me, I'm going to be mounting mine onto a pole. So at the left hand side of my shed here, I've got an old washing line pole that we never took out once we stopped using that particular washing line. And I think it's a brilliant location because down the side of my shed here, which I'll show you in a minute or two, we have a section of all wildflowers, all various of bushes that are all wildlife related. And we've got various of bits of trees here that are also growing just to one side, and I think it'd be a perfect location to put the feeder, especially at the moment with all the fledglings coming in and out. It's close enough, and they're in an area where they probably feel a little bit safer as well to come to this feeder. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be using the hose brackets. So they've sent us 2 different types of hose brackets. I'm going to need the larger ones for the pole that I'm putting it onto today. But if you want to fit it to a standard sort of bird feeder sort of pole, then you do have the smaller brackets as well. So today I'm going to need the 2 bigger ones. So we're going to leave them ones out, and I'll just take this screw out as well because I need this bit of a screw that's at the bottom, and I'll show you what that's for in a moment. So let's get rid of all the parts that we don't need for my area. Right, so first things first that we do need to do, I need to show you how to set up this camera to your mobile phone and your Wi-Fi network. So let's cut to that now. I'll instruct you on how to do that, and I'll put you on a step-by-step of what I did to connect my phone up to this bird feeder. So let's go over to there now. Okay, so one of the first things we need to do with bird feeder once you get it is we need to make sure that the camera here can connect to your phone, because you don't want to go and put this out in the garden and then find out that you filled it all up, you've put it into place, and then you can't get your camera connected to your Wi-Fi system or to your mobile phone. So the first thing we are going to do is we're going to go into the App Store. Now for me it's Apple. For yourself it could be Google Play if you're an Android user, but either way you do it, it's going to be an app called PeckPerk. Now PeckPerk, and I'll show you here on the camera as you can see, and I will show you a recording of my screen and what I'm doing. You'll see the logo, so it's not hard to miss really. So once you've downloaded that, which is what I've already done to my phone, we are going to open it. And then the first thing that you see on the device screen here is it says add new. So we're going to add a new one because we've never had one before. Now as you've got 2 options here. Now the top option is for the bird feeder, which we've got, so we're going to choose that one. Now it's telling us to turn on the device. So what you need to do with this camera here, as it's already built in for you, you just need to put your fingers in and just pull the camera forward, and as you see at the top here, there is a rubber section which you just pull open, flip to one side, and you will see there's a little on and off button here at the top. So what we're going to do, we're going to press that down for a couple of seconds. Okay, cover that back up again and push that back in. As you can see, we've got a flashing light here, and we've also, as you can hear, a charm that's taking place. Now, so going back to the app again, it does ask us, do we hear this noise? And as the light's flashing, yes it is. So we'll put a tick in the box and we'll press next. Now you have 2 options here. You can scan the binding or you can use Bluetooth binding. Now you can use either. So we'll go with the Bluetooth option, and we'll confirm that your Bluetooth is working. If you did want to use the scan code, again, if you bring your camera forward, there is a QR code here just on the side of the camera. All you need to do is point your camera to that when it asks you to do so, and then it connects up for you. But I'm going to go through the Bluetooth. So again, we'll confirm that Bluetooth is enabled, and it comes up with our camera ID number and serial number. So we're going to tap on that, and then it comes to the next section where you have to put your Wi-Fi details in. Now I'm going to cover this page up, or I might even cut it out to be honest, because I don't really want to share my Wi-Fi passwords and obviously with the world. But let's put it all in now, and let's see if we can get connected up. So bear with me a minute or two just while I put in this really long password. They're just getting longer and longer every time that you get a new router or a new provider, these passwords. Right, so that is on, and hopefully if we press next we should get connected. It's saying, do I want to join the network? Yes, I do. So we'll press join. We'll just give that just a couple of minutes just to see what it does. Okay, so it says it's unable to connect, so obviously I've done something wrong somewhere. So we'll just try again. It's having a think. Definitely keeps having a think. So hopefully we'll connect up second time round. Right, we have success. As you probably just heard as well, the camera tells you that you're connected. So we're all good to go. So looking at the app now, it says that you've got your smart camera, and if I tap on it, we should be able to go live into there and it'll connect. One more, let me show it for you. And as you can see me. Hello. So we're all good and ready to go. Right, back to the garden. Let's go and get this camera and this bird feeder fitted up, and let's get some food in it. Right, well, I hope that I explained a lot to you about how to set up the bird feeder to your phone, whether it's an iPhone or an Android phone. It works either way. It's such a simple setup to do as well. Right, as I explained, I'm going to be putting my camera, or my feeder should I say, with the camera onto this post here that I've got, because this area here that I've got is just, as you can see, it's full of really nice tight bushes. It's got a lot of growth down here below, various different compales, and to be honest, the birds love it amongst this section here. And just in front of me here we have a hawthorn tree, and we have like an orchid tree just behind our greenhouse here, as well as various other holly bushes and everything within this area. And I don't know whether you probably can't make it out on the camera here, but behind us here we've got loads of birch trees, and we have like a common community area just behind our house. So we get all the fledglings from the blue tits, we get the odd visit from the wrens. Currently we're getting visits from the goldfinches, which have become regular. It used to be only an every now and again visit for us up here. But yeah, so I've chosen this spot as a good area. Now you can probably see at the moment that I've currently got a CCTV camera here, which is my Reolink camera. Now as you can see here, just at the back, I have recently installed myself a squirrel box. So I've been monitoring that because we get a family of squirrels that come down here. This year we've already seen the kits, so that's been nice to watch. So we're hoping that we might in time attract, because it's a quiet area, that we might attract some squirrels to the squirrel house. So this is a temporary fix. This will be gone eventually once I know movement starts happening in the box. So for now, I'm just going to place my bird feeder underneath here, and I've also checked that my hose clips, this is the first thing you should be doing when you get anything, is just make sure, these are dead simple, they just unscrew, they go around and they screw on. So I've got plenty of room on this. So what I need to do first is we need to put 2 hose clips onto the bracket. So let me get that thread through onto here, which is dead simple again to do. It just takes a little bit of fiddliness to do. So we've got one in there, and let's just open the second one. We'll get the second one put through. Now again, with this bracket here, you have different options. You can use the hose clips like I'm doing, which then you can fasten it to any pole or anything like that, like I've got here. But I've got a pole, or your normal bird feeder poles. This one's just being a bit fiddlier than the first one, which is typical. But you've also got the options that you can either fasten it, if I wanted it on my shed here, I could fasten it to my shed. You've got the options to bracket up here with the screws that are provided. But also underneath here, you've got 4 screws. So if you had, say, I don't know, a flat section, a flat roof, or you've got like a stone area even, you've got 4 screws that are here, and you could have that flush to the flat area as well for the feeders. So I love the idea that you've got various different options to mount this up. So it's not one fix all, if you know what I mean. Right, let's get the fiddly bit out of the way. So this just takes a couple of minutes to do, so bear with me. Let's see how high. I won't do it too tight because I need to work out how high that I actually need to put this up so I'll be able to put the feeder onto here. So bear with me a moment. Right, let's have a look. So I might need to come down a little bit, so we'll just loosen it off again and we'll just come down. We'll just put it onto there for now. Now I'm going to have mine facing this way out into the garden. So again, like I said, towards my bushes and stuff there. Right, now is to attach the feeder itself. Now at the back of here, this is your charging port. So today I'm not going to be putting the solar panel on, which I will show you anyway. But what you'll do is you'll take the plug out of the back of here and you'll plug your solar panel into there, and it will also got its own brackets again, and you'll also use hose clips, or you can screw it just the same as what you've done with this part of the feeding holder. But for me today, just because I've got my temporary camera up here, which is taking a lot of room up, but once that comes down and I take the solar panel off as well for that, that's going to give me the opportunity to move my bracket up and to give me space to put my solar panel on the top where the sun will catch it and it will charge it fully as well. Right, now before I put this up, we need to put the perch on. Now, I did mention that there was a little screw in the bag. Now, as you can see, the PeckPerk has got a nice little perch which extends it, so we give a bit of space for your birds to get on there. And it's dead simple. You've got two holes here, 2 brackets there, and then obviously you've got your centre one where it's going to secure it. So let's get that on first, because again, let's get the fiddly bits out of the way. So we just push that on, and just so I didn't lose it, I put the screw in my pocket. So what we're going to do is we're just going to screw that onto the bottom. Make sure that's nice and tight, which it is. That means now that your perch is now securely fitted. Right, so I need to, because I set my camera up earlier, I just need to turn the power on, which I showed you earlier how to do that. So we're going to do that now. And that's just turned on. Okay. And we're just going to angle it slightly so that the camera is looking to the perch and it'll catch the bird as it comes down. Which the good thing about this is, obviously, it does move up and down, so you can set it to suit once you've set the system up. Our aerial is facing upwards because obviously that's where we want our signal as best as possible to get to the Wi-Fi. And now it's just a case of mounting it up. So for mounting it, it's just like an oval section here, and it just fits into a bracket here at the bottom. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it's just a case of a click clunk. So let's have a look. So we just need to line that up. And there we are. That looks like it is set onto me. Yeah. So we're quite happy with the height because, again, like I say, I've got something in the way at the moment. So I can just loosen that off slightly. I can just push that up a little bit more. And we'll tighten this bracket up. And make sure that it's tightly and secured, because we don't want it falling off at any point, do we? So let's get them up and running. What I like about hose brackets, that they are easy to get sorted out. Even if you've got issues with gripping, you can always get something to assist you to fasten these with as well, because they're big enough for you to get your hands on, or a tool at least. So hopefully that is nice and secure. Right, only one thing to do really. We're missing the bird food. Let me go and get some. Right, food at the ready. So before I put the food in, we have to show you how it opens. So let's just put that down there so it doesn't tipple everywhere. Okay, at the back here, up on the top, there is a screw. So all you do is pop your aerial just back from it. And all you do is you unscrew. So that's your little screw that comes off. Stick that in your pocket, just because I don't want to lose it again. And then all this does, it slides off, which gives you a nice big opening up here for you to fill up. And it fills up on both sides of the camera. So let's put that down for a minute. Now I've got one of these fancy little food feeder holders, filler uppers, whatever you like to call it. Let's have a look, what do they call them? A food scoop. So all I need to do is linger over the top and start to drop my food in on either side of the feeder. So hopefully that for now start filling it up. Right, so let's see how full that's got. Well, one scoop has only filled it half full. So let's go and get another one. Bear with me. Right, scoop number 2. Now, I wouldn't even like to say how many litres this holds, but as you can see, it's not a massive scoop. But this feeder can hold definitely a good amount of food on both sides. It's got to be getting full slowly, surely. Yeah, we're getting full. So that'll be good. So let's just cut that off because I don't want it all to go in. We'll put the rest on the tray for now. Just so it empties my scoop off. Now the whole point of the tray is that the food, oops, still some in that, I didn't see. Right, let's put that onto there. Right. So that now has, all being well, yeah, that's now filled up both sides of the camera, and I'll show you that in a minute, just so you can have a look for yourself. So we need to replace the lid back on, which we do here. Again, it'll be a lot easier once I get rid of my camera that's above, and we need to go and find when I can get in my zip in my pocket. We should be able to find the screw in here, which we have, and it's just a case of screwing the lid back on so it keeps the food area nice and dry. We'll just pop the aerial back up, and that's it. It's pretty much all ready to go. Let's show you. Let's bring you along. Okay, so really all that's left to do is just to show you around it a little bit. So as you can see here, let me move the camera across. So as you can see here, we've filled up both sides of this inner bit here, and also the tray has obviously got what comes out as well. So as it starts to get empty, the tray, that will gradually fill up with the seed or whatever you decide to put in here. I've put actually sunflower seeds in mine. And you've got your nice lovely perch here. Now you did get some extra things with the PeckPerk feeder. So we also got this section here. Now for me in the UK, I wouldn't use this. This would go on the end of the bird feeder holder, because it's got 6 different positions that you can put things on like this. And this really is for like hummingbirds. So you could put various liquids in the bottom of here, and you could attach it onto the end of the perch, and you could get hummingbirds visiting you. And something else that you get with them is what looks like 2 forks. So you get 2 of these in your packet, and again they fit onto the ends of your perches here, and you can put suet balls. You can attach suet balls to them, you can attach a piece of fruit to the end of it. Literally you can put whatever is suitable for you want to catch on camera of the birds, and you can use them. But I think for the kind of birds that I get in my garden, I think they're quite happy eating this sunflower seeds that we put out, and any mealworms. We tend to like to mix mealworms in with ours as well. But how neat does that actually look? It's only small. I'll stick my head next to it. it's not actually that big. So all that's left me to do really with this camera now is just tilt it forward, take the rubber off as I explained earlier, and turn it on. And hopefully, just double check it. Bear me a second. So that's all turned on. We'll put that back into place in there. It's got a nice tight snug fit. Again, you can move it to suit whatever you've put on your perches. And let me get my mobile phone out and let's just see if we are connected, because that is the main thing now, isn't it? So if I go onto the PeckPerk app and I go and attach on to the camera itself, the smart camera, and there you go. We have a live feed, and you can make that picture bigger when it connects up. When it connects up again, there you go. Let me just try and show you on here, and actually can hear myself. Yeah, testing. So it's got a really good mic on this camera. So let's see what we get attracted to it now. And yeah, let's see what arrives. What I'll do is I will leave it here now for the day, and or a couple of days, and I will add to the end of here what footage we actually get. So yeah, first reviews at the moment. I think it's going to be really good. It's nice, it's neat, it's great for anyone that's got a small garden, or a large garden really. I mean, I'm a medium-sized garden, but if anyone who has a yard who, you know, would like to attract wildlife to their garden, this is great for you. You could put this literally anywhere. Like I say, it could go on a fence, it could go on a wall, it can go on a pole like what I've done with the hose clips. Yeah, what a fantastic setup that this is. Now, as you probably noticed, I haven't actually put the solar panel up yet. Again, as I've explained, I've currently got a system set up here at the top of the pole watching my scroll box. But at the back, see if I can try and show you. Bear me one moment. I'll tell you what, I'll bring you around this way. Right, so if you come round the back here, there is a, I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, let's have a look. See if I'll try and show it you. So is it going to go? It's been a pain today for me. There you go. Right, so here at the back is a little rubber, which is where your charging port is. So all you're going to do from there is you will plug the little USB charger lead that comes with your solar panel into the back of there. It's fully waterproof, so you've got nothing to worry about whatsoever. Just plug it in. Then you will attach your solar panel with some horse clips, or screw it to a wall or a fence, wherever you've decided to put your feeder, and attach your solar panel to the bracket which has come with it. And then that's it. Your camera will stay charged, and if you position it right, the solar panel as much as you can on the area where the sun is most of the day, you'll have no problems whatsoever keeping this charged. I've got a bird feeder, it's got a camera in as well at the other end of my garden, and it's always at 100%. So I never have any problems whatsoever keeping these batteries charged. But as soon as I've finished with my system here that's above on the post, which is up here, I will be putting my solar panel out. And to be honest, I might even move this. We're going to be changing a section of my garden at some point and doing a few changes to it. And this feeder would also go great there as well. So I'm just going to see how it goes here first. It's fully charged, my camera, so I've got plenty of time, plenty of charge that I can get on it. So there's nothing to worry about there. Right, let's go and see what we can capture on it. And I'll pop you some footage at the end of this video. So I hope you've enjoyed some of the footage that I've been able to capture from the PeckPerk bird feeder. I think it's a great little system that we've got going on here. But I thought I would just let you know a few other things that I noticed on the box as well, which I might not have told you at the beginning of the video. So the camera is in full colour night vision, so it shouldn't go black and white at night. So if you get anything visit overnight, which it can happen, then you will see that in full HD colour. It's telling me here. I've not tried it at night, but we'll see how that goes. And to be honest, I don't really get much movement at night, so I don't think that will be a problem for me. It's got a 160 wide angle view on the camera, so it's quite wide, so you've not got a problem with that. You'll be able to see things approaching as well. The camera is fully HD. It supports a micro SD card, so if you haven't subscribed to the cloud storage, you can put yourself an SD card in there, and then that will store all your activations, your footage, your pictures that it's taken, and you'll be able to then save that as well if you wanted to. So that's another option. I haven't put an SD card in as yet, but it could be something that I might do in the future. It's got two-way audio. So as you probably heard earlier when I was testing it, you have the camera can hear everything that's going on outside. But if you was out and about somewhere and you had something that was on the bird feeder that you didn't want on there, you could probably make a noise down the mic and it would make it go off there for you. So that's an option that you can use. Now it is fully IP65 waterproof, it's telling me here, so there should be no issues of your camera getting wet through. Your food is nice and kept stored in a dry area, which is another good thing, because one thing you don't want getting is your food wet, because then it all clumps together, all goes really hard, and it starts getting horrible, and sometimes it's not good for the birds and the wildlife either. And it's got full motion detection. Again, that's what interacts with your app and tells you what's landed on your thing. So up to now, I would say this is a fantastic device. Now, one of the things that I haven't subscribed to is the AI powered detection. So what that is basically on your app, on your phone, you could have it that when a bird lands on your feeder, i.e. a robin, it will tell you that that is a robin that sat on there. This is a great thing to have in place if you are a person who's not into birds at all and you don't know one from the other, and you're never too sure. At least with this, you could have it on the AI detection, and you could then identify all the different birds of varieties that come to your bird feeder. Now it just starts off about £3 a month to subscribe to. You can do it monthly, you can do it every couple of months, every 6 months, once a year, every 2 years. And I think the maximum for 2 years is £58, which I think is quite reasonable, to be honest. I think that's all right. If it weren't the fact that I already know my birds and I know what I'm talking about as well, that would be something that I would definitely look at subscribing to. So yeah, other than that, yeah, fantastic. It's nice, it's neat, it's not bulky. It does come in different colours. Now I asked them to send me the more beige looking colour, or khaki I think they might class it as, only because that goes with the colour of my shed here, and it sinks in nicely with my sort of area where I've perched it. And it sort of like disappears really, it doesn't stand out a mile. So yeah, so there is different colours for you. So what I'll do is I'll pop you a little bit of footage up, then you can have a look at their different websites. They do all sorts. You can get spare solar panels, you can get extra forks that you put on the end for putting your fruit on, and your suet balls if you wanted to do that as well. If you was in an area where you do get the hummingbirds, it would be nice if I did have an area where I could get hummingbirds, but unfortunately I'm in the northwest of England, and unfortunately that's not a bird that we get up here. But you can get extra tubs, so you could put 2 on at a time if you wanted to. There's all sorts, there literally is all sorts. Again, the solar panel, as I explained to you, I've not put mine on today, so I didn't show you building that part of it, but it's a 2-minute job. You know, this is what I've liked about this system. It's literally plug and play. The only thing that took the longest part was probably connecting up your camera to your phone and your Wi-Fi, just so that link happens. But again, it was so simple with the app. It's all step by step. Fantastic, simple, easy. That's what people want. For someone like my mum, for example, who's not very techie, she would have been able to set this up with no problem whatsoever. It's easy to fill. and it's all protected, and that's what I like about this system as well. So yeah, definitely. This has been a good one for PeckPerk, so thank you PeckPerks for contacting me and sending me this product. I will be recommending this to my friends and family for sure, and I recommend it to you guys as well. If it's something that you're actually interested in, definitely look at getting yourself a PeckPerk Smart BirdFeeder. I tell you, it's the way to go nowadays with some of these bird feeders. But yeah. And if you are interested, PeckPerk have sent me a discount code. So what I'll do here, I will pop you the full details here, and just up in this corner, I will pop you my discount code that you can use, and you can get yourself a percentage off your order. So all I've got left to say is, thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. If you do like my videos, you know the normal score. Give it a subscribe. But other than that, thank you again PeckPerks for sending this product. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on my next adventure.